said, I will take heed to my ways, that I sin not with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with a bridle, while the wicked is before me. I was dumb with silence, I held my peace, even from good, and my sorrow was stirred. My heart was hot within me while I was musing, the fire burned. Then spake I with my tongue, Yahuwah, make me to know mine end, and measure of my days, what is it, that I might know how frail I am. Behold, thou hast made my days as an handbreadth, and my age is nothing before thee. Verily every man at his best state is altogether vanity. Selah. Surely every man walketh in a vain show. Surely they are disquieted in vain. He heapeth up riches and knoweth not who shall gather them. And now, Yahweh, what wait I for? My hope is in you. Deliver me from all my transgressions, and make me not the reproach of the foolish. I was dumb, I opened not my mouth, because thou didst it. Remove thy stroke away from me. I am consumed by the blow of thine hand. When thou with rebukes dost correct a man for iniquity, thou makest beauty to consume away like a moth. Surely every man is vanity, Selah. Hear my prayer, O Tata Nzambe. Give ear unto my cry. Hold not peace at my tears, for I am a stranger with thee, and a sojourner as my fathers were. O spare me, that I may recover strength before I go hence and be no more. Psalms chapter 39. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have swelled the thoughts of men's hearts, and let them not lead me astray from thee, my God. Establish thou me and my seed, that we go not astray henceforth and forever. Jubilees chapter 12, verse 20. Yes, 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 all praises, all praises, all praises to the Most High, even Yah. Hallelujah. Glory to his wonderful name. We thank the Most High for all that he's done. Yes, his mercy endureth forever, even unto the children of men. Yes, we see as people are going through, even in the land that they are toiling with, that land would never be at peace because it does not belong to those who are in the land of Shem. What I'm talking about is what they call the Middle East. It will never be at peace. Even if they kick out the fake is not real. It will never be at peace until God comes back with tens of thousands of his anointed and take it over and drive out the wicked and put them where they really belong. Not that we hate those people or nothing like that, but it's the fact that the nations of the world are nothing. They're less than nothing. Even God says this. Less than a drop in the bucket to him. He's saying, what are you compared to the power that I have? You're nothing. God muses over this stuff because the fact is that men see themselves and not humble at seeing him who have created all things and can stop a thing just with a word. Your enemy can just walk away from you even when he's dressed to demise you. Yes, I've experienced these things to happen. God has a way, and you have to trust him and know and understand him, and that you might be able to discern when it's God and when it's not. Yes, we give God the praise for all that he's done. Even those in the Sahel and all of those down in Africa that are rising up, those who were oppressed, who were caused to be less than nothing, living on squalor and squander and trying to do what's right while the riches of the land that God had given them is squandered and put down, and then those who took their riches out of the land that God had given them looked down on them as nothing. But God has a way. God got another way. Gonna bring them up. What they do with it, that's between them and God. The same thing here in the United States. Many of you get to the point where even those who come here in slavery and enslaved, and their ancestors have endured such degradation and such hideous evil to their demise. And you call the black man in the United States savage. You're wrong. You're dead wrong. The most civilized of people, wise and full of ingenuity. These things are evident by the inventions that were made, and also, even over in Africa. Wise, ingenuitive. God give them a wisdom like none before. But yet you come and you want to subdue them. You want to suppress the genius of these people. And those in the United States and abroad and around, and reparations are for them. But you say, no, we don't want to give it to them. The black man shall never be equal to us. What is your money? You're about to go down. The dollar is about to be diminished. The country is going to be in shambles, torn and broken down from within. And you think that you can hide in your holes and your caves in the ground and escape the wrath that's come from the Most High? No way. Can't do it. It's not going to happen. Even you have invented missiles. They can get down into bunkers. We call them bunker busters. Don't you think God can do that without even firing a shot? Foolish humans. How must God convince you? Even if he did convince you, just as he did Israel, you still would not believe. You still would find some evil that you can, even Eve, who knew God and heard his voice walking in the garden in the cool of the day, at times when she woke up with her husband, even Adam. How many times has she heard him, the Most High, walking, but yet her curiosity got to the point where she wanted to be equal with him and be as he is, when she was already as he is, when she was already immortal, when she was already disease-free, when she was already able to talk to the animals and all these things. And Adam, he gave it up for a woman, thinking that was his last issue, and she had become the weakness of many of men, most men in this day and time. And Satan knows how to deliver her into. This is why it's so important that even the woman knows that she has power over the man and that he desires her, because what? The attraction. God given her a body, not that God liked it, but he knows, the animals, he knows how to make them attractive to each other. It's the same can he not do with the human when he created him? He knows how to cause a sweet smell and all pheromones and all these things amongst his creation to cause them to make and bear children after their kind. Yes, he does. But woman, watch yourself. You're not the next thing to God. The man is. As foolish as you might think he is. Yes. There's things that you don't understand, and you verily will never understand because of your stubbornness about the man who was created before in the image of the Most High. It's not his private parts. That's for procreation. It's the way he does things. And you let the heathen give you labels, masculinity, femininity. You've always been with the man ever since the beginning. You always had a say in the house, a say here and there. Now you have foolish men that will take and think that they have all this authority for what? Nothing. Nothing. And yet for a man to take another man's wife is an abomination. It's an abhorrence to the Most High. And let us continue into this. We're in the book of 2 Samuel. And also we want to thank God for those of you who have been with us since the beginning, and those of you that, hey, you've been with her here and there's about. You explore however you do it. And we thank God for those of you that are subscribed, just subscribe. And we thank God for those of you that are about to subscribe, calling those things that are not as though they are. All praises to him who holds and have created all things, regardless. And he himself never changes. I'm not talking religious. I'm talking about our king, our governor, our president. We live in a land where we have to obey the rules, but as long as we're obeying what we agreed with God, our covenant with the Most High, these rules they have are nothing really. They're evil, to tell you the truth. And some things we do not have to do. And we will not do it even unto the death. And the fact is that God is good and fair. His laws are fair. Yes, they are. No matter how you might think, and your humanistic thinking, God's laws, commandments, statutes, and ordinances are very fair. You are the one savage. You are the one hideous. You are the one that seeks to do things after your own imagination. Yes, you are. Whoever you are, the shoe fits, wear it. Now, we're in 2 Samuel. Yes, I can get off. 2 Samuel, chapter 10. Chapter 10, a good one. And let us read. After David had found Mephibosheth, and he done his, fulfilled his thing in his love for Jonathan, his brother. I'm not talking about no effeminate love. I'm talking about brotherly love. I mean, two close brothers. Have you ever had that close friend of your same gender? Not no Brokeback Mountain stuff, but of your same gender. I mean, it's just that way. Even the women have their favorites and whom they get close to. In verse 1, it says, "And it came to pass after this, the king of the children of Ammon died. And Hanun, his son, reigned in his stead. And then said David, I will show kindness to Hanun, the son of Nahash, as his father showed kindness unto me." See, David is just went after God's heart. You show kindness to God in his way, and worshiping and doing what God had said, and carrying out what God has commanded you, then God will show that mercy and kindness unto you. And unto those who are his prophets, his teachers, his anointed ones. Yes, God will bless you. Now, I ain't talking about money. Any kind of kindness that you can offer, God will bless you in that same kindness. Now, the son of Nahash, his father showed kindness unto me, and David sent comfort to him by the hand of his servant for his father. And David's servant came into the land of the children of Ammon. And the princes of the children of Ammon said unto Hanun their lord, their king, Thinkest thou that David doth honor thy father, that he hath sent comforters unto thee? Hath not David rather sent his servants unto thee to search the city? Now these are devils. This is spiritual here. And to spy it out. Fear. What causes fear? When you doubt things and you do not understand things. And to overthrow it. Wherefore Hanun took David's servants and shaved off half of their beards and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. All because he listened to those who were scared. And when they told it to David, he sent to meet them because the men were greatly ashamed. And David said, Tarry at Jericho till your beards be grown, and then return. In other words, to have the beard was a manly thing. It's not those that you might see or effeminacy, and they try to present themselves as masculine, but are just as nasty and dirty as the day is long. Yes. Now, he says, now, then when David told him, just let your beards grow. This is the thing that you must do. This is natural after God's way. Natural. I'm talking about it's natural to grow your hair on your face for a man. It's natural for a woman to have her own texture of her hair. She's not going to grow no hair on her face. Most don't. But the fact is that to have her natural hair. You don't need the hair of the Taiwanese or Filipinos or this or that. God has given you a beauty of your own, whether you have short, bald, or whatever you are. You have to love yourself and who you are, regardless of whether you get that job or not, or whether you get that position or not. You have to love you and how God have created you and fashioned you in your mother's and from your father's seed in your mother's womb. You have to do these things, because other than that, you're just a puppet, lady. You're just a plain puppet. They laugh at you and mock at you for what you do. You can't even walk out the side of the house for a wig. This is foolery. And you say, well, it makes me look good. You like it. No, I don't. Maybe somebody else does, but it's just the way we are. Have you ever watched TV? And you see all these, mostly it's the Caucasian people on television, and especially in the past. And you as a child come up, and yes, this is the way, this is the norm, this is what you shall be. Look at here, you're not Caucasian, you're not straight haired, you're not none of that. You are a darker hue person with lamb's wool hair. Now you can braid it, you can cause it to, it can go into waves depending on how you moisturize it and all this other stuff. Yes, it can do all these things. You can style it in the same way they do, but it will not be like theirs. Other than that, you're just a puppet. They making money off of you, but you could use that money for something else. That is foolery. Now, he says, and when they told David, he sent to meet them because he was greatly ashamed. Now, in verse 6, he says, when the children of Ammon saw that they stank before David, the children of Ammon sent and hired Syrians of Bethrob, house of Rehob, and the Syrians of Zobah, 20,000 footmen, and the king of Maacah, 1,000 men of Ishtab, 12,000 men. And when David heard of it, he set Joab and all the hosts of mighty men. And the children of Ammon came out and put the battle in array, and all the battle in array is an ancient way of Israel. Not only Israel, but Egypt and all the rest of the countries back then. And then you had the colonizers that took the same battle in array, and whoever was in the front got killed first, and sometimes the back, depending on how high the opposite side shot. It was kind of foolish until they understood and decided, well, we're going to go the guerrilla warfare way. Instead of all this battle and array and this front and stuff. And then you get to the world wars where you just get out the boat and get shot up. That's what it's about. That's what it was. Foolery. The whole thing was foolery. Who were you fighting for? The other side fighting to keep their lands, and here you fighting for corporations. Because who takes over the land after you do? Different corporations. They send their suits there, and there, here you are giving trinkets and all this other stuff. It's not your land. You're not fighting for your children. It's not going to happen. How in the world are you fighting for your children? See, you have to look at the sense of this. How are you fighting for your children all the way in Japan, and they never came into your land? Or you fighting China over Taiwan. Who was that for? It's not for you. That's for Taiwan, to defend whatever they think is their land. And then they come back and, well, I digress. Let me leave that alone. But either way. And the rest of the people, he said, Joab saw that the front of the battle was against him before and behind, and he chose all the choice men of Israel and put them in array against the Syrians. Now, all these were dark-hued people, black, kinky hair, Africans-looking people, until a certain point in time. Now, in verse 10, and the rest of the people he delivered into the land of Abishai, his brother. Now, these were the warriors, these were the men of renown in the land of Israel, that he might put them in array against the children of Ammon. And he said, if the Syrians be too strong for me, then thou shalt help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for thee, then I will come and help thee. Be of good courage. Let us play the men for our people, and for the cities of our God, and the king to do that which seemeth him good. And Joab drew nigh, and the people that were with him unto the battle against the Syrians, they fled from before him. Now God was with them in this. And when the children of Ammon saw that the Syrians were fled, then fled they also before Abishai, and entered into the city. So Joab returned from the children of Ammon and came to Jerusalem. And when the Syrians saw that they were smitten before Israel, they gathered themselves together. And Hadazer sent and brought the Syrians that were beyond the river, and they came to Hilam and to Shobach, the captain of the host of Hadazer. Okay, we can say it that way. When he went before them, and when it was told David, he gathered all Israel together and passed over Jordan and came to Hilam. And the Syrians set themselves in array against David and fought with him. And the Syrians fled before Israel. Now, so you got this people here today, they really never, their God is the West. But this Israel, God is the creator of all things. He do not interfere much with the issues of men, except it calls for his anointed. For he said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. This is what he says. And the Syrians set themselves in array against David and fought with him, and the Syrians fled before Israel, and David slew the men, 700 chariots of Syrians and 40,000 horsemen, and smote Shobach, the captain of their hosts, who died there. And when all the kings that were servants to Hadazer saw that they were smitten before Israel, they made peace with Israel and served them, because God is with them. Regardless of how much armament they had, God was with David and those who serve Israel. So the Syrians feared to help the children of Ammon anymore. Yes. See, when God is with you in battle, God is with you. This is all God is saying. When you do which is right before the Most High, he's going to be with you in whatever battle you have to face. He's going to be that way with you. He's going to see that you make it through regardless, as you obey his statutes, commandments, and laws. Now coming up, we're going to Samuel chapter 11, which is something. 2 Samuel chapter 11. And we're going to bring out some things maybe you knew, or maybe you didn't know, or maybe you just didn't realize for whatever somebody else told you. I mean, you got these preachers, all they do is read these Christian preachers, and some of these Muslims, they regurgitate what they hear from stuff that they hear instead of reading the book and understanding and knowing the Most High and understanding why and how the book is written. And with that, if we obey these things that God have commanded us and we have agreed to, we will have peace.